Hi, I'm Peter J. Ray. Welcome to Adventures in History. Today's topic is Dearest Ruthie, Love Mother, Augusta Fisher Smallshaw's letters to her daughter, 1948, Part 5. 1251 Argyle Street, Regina, Saskatchewan, Canada, November 8th, 1948. Dearest Ruthie, I was so glad to get your letter of November 5th, as I was beginning to worry about you, but understand how awfully busy you are. I do so hope you made good in your exams. Tell me how you did, eh? Don't lose too much sleep babysitting, and I can arrange to send you some money if you would like me to. I thought I'd better write on Bud's last letter, or you will have to be paying excess again on my letter. Did I tell you that Marion phoned about a week ago saying she planned on coming over that day? I must tell you a card came from Florida Art Club inviting you to a tea and display long past. It was addressed to your Florida address. There was 2 cents to pay on it, so I sent it back. Pop, Bud, and I were all admiring your co-op poster. Very good, dear, and you put a lot of work on it. You just love doing that kind of thing, don't you, dear? I do too, but have no imagination or originality. Keep it up, honey. Things we enjoy doing like that makes life so interesting and profitable. Yes, Connie looks happy inside since she got her ring, and when her year is up at the hospital, they plan on getting married. When is that? June or July? Mrs. George said she was going to make the cake right away. Said he was a Scotchman, but managed to buy Connie a nice ring. Thinks she has made up her mind to make the best of him. Not much else she can do. I am sure Connie is feeling sad today, as I saw in the paper where Dr. Blair died, a heart attack. Remember Connie saying how they missed him up there when he was away sick? He was the one who organized and designed all that cancer clinic up at November 13th. Here I am again, dear, and sorry I did not get this letter away last night, but things seem to pile up. I am still feeling awful with that last cold I took and such a stiff neck, having to clear my head every few minutes. I do so hope it clears up soon. I think I will go on a fruit diet. I hope I am good enough to go to Sunday school tomorrow morning. I am so glad that you go to church, teach Sunday school, and generally do your best to live the way everyone should. Pop worked last night for a fellow who wanted to go to Calgary for the rugby game between Calgary and the Regina Rough Riders, so he worked Friday night, and Saturday morning. Really looked awfully tired Saturday at noon. Yes, we were surprised and thrilled over the election. That was the day that Marion phoned, and I asked her how she felt about it, and she said she could have cried. I suppose that is the Roman Catholic angle. Did Mike buy you either perfume or chocolates? I hope neither, but a nice thought just the same. Princess Elizabeth's baby is expected any time now, and they are going to ring all the bells in the nation. If it is a boy, it is George, and a girl, it is Elizabeth. Love, Mom. 1251 Argyle Street, Regina, Saskatchewan, Canada, November 17th, 1948. My darling Ruth, how are you today? Good, well, I hope. Looking for a letter from you this morning, but I'm sure you are a very busy girl, and I am wondering how the exams went. As I told you, Buddy was down for the armistice holiday. He left Sunday afternoon by car with Chuck, but not satisfied at all with Mr. Straw's windy promises. Pop suggested that Bud go to normal school and teach for a while, but I don't think that appeals to Bud. Bud suggested to me that he join the Air Force, Communication Department, Radar. I want him to train for something. It is the only thing to do. I will let you know, dear. Connie just phoned me. It is her first time at the Sunday school teacher's banquet and makes me feel like an old-timer. 3 or 4 for me. Bud came on that train that gets in early this morning, so got me up early, so now I am feeling quite tired. I went downtown Wednesday, you see, and saw Marion coming out of school on my way up from the streetcar. Lovely weather here. Your old Bell Wutsky called yesterday and left his card. I see he has a car of sorts now, a really old-timer. He seems to work at the job. I feel very guilty at putting you that expense of letters and parcels. Merle is going to teach this winter. She enjoyed her trip to England. Take care of yourself, dear, and write. I love you, Mother. 1251 Argyle Street, Regina, Saskatchewan, Canada, November 19th, 1948. My Darling Ruth. Just a note in with Pop's letter. Really enjoyed your last letter and so glad the little parcel was okay. Bud is home now. Left Saskatoon last Tuesday midnight. He is really disillusioned and seems to have lost all interest in life. I feel so sorry for him and wish I could help him. Pray for him, honey. I wish so that I could help him and will if I can. Dear, would you go to a store and ask for a flow ball refill for my pen, Eversharp pen? They are made in the U.S. and now can't get the refills for them in Canada. I will send you another $1. Flow ball is the name, trade name, any color. I got one while in Florida, but it is worn out now. I walked a few blocks with Marion yesterday, and she is not getting married until December 28th and going to continue teaching. Jack is Roman Catholic and going to Edmonton getting married in a suit. Her sister is here, the one who flunked in anatomy. She is out and feels pretty terrible about it. Marion is trying to get her on at the Grey Nuns. I was talking to Mrs. Plaster and no results yet. Take care of Ruthie. I love you, Mother. 1251 Argyle Street, Regina, Saskatchewan, Canada, November 23rd, 1948. My Dearest Ruth, it was so nice to get your long letter and realize how busy you must have been and deserve a good holiday, which I hope you had on Thanksgiving Day. My, but the Americans celebrate their Thanksgiving so much later than Canada. We had ours October 12th, I think it was. Yes, dear, I am sure it did seem good to be able to relax after the grind. Did you lose any weight during the grind? I don't just approve of the way you finally did break up with Mike. Hope you don't go out with him any more, as it will be that much harder for both of you. Bud read your letter but made no comments. He is not working at all, but has put in an application to the Public Service Commission for a position as an engineer's assistant. I hope it materializes. In the meantime, I think he should get something in some of the stores for the present spending money. He is so hard to talk to and gets cross if I mention looking for something. Oh well, I hope he comes to himself soon, as he is wasting his precious young life, and I feel he should be learning something. Yes, we had a nice day here on Pop's birthday. Got a Picardy cake. Bud and I put pink letters on Happy Birthday and little blue candles. Pop had to work overtime, so I phoned. It must have been hard to concentrate when they were putting down the linoleum, but it is all over now, though, eh? Glad you went to church and taught Sunday school. I did this morning. It was 12 below and strong wind blowing. I dreaded turning out, but know there would be some little girls there looking for some information. One of Connie's little girls fainted and collapsed under the seat. Connie thought she was having an appendix attack as she complained of a pain in her side and vomited. I will be anxious to know how you really did in your exams. Hope it is good. Yes, I too wish Bud had got started to varsity last fall. He is just here wasting so much precious time. We went to see the Oxbow incident and Thin Ice with Sonia Henny. Very good. We came home and Bud had Vince here and we had birthday cake. Your card to Pop arrived that morning, so I took it down to him. Grandma sent him a nice shirt. I got him a nice pair of winter gloves, and Bud got him a swell pair of pajamas. He needed them all and seemed pleased with them. Mr. and Mrs. Jelly leave for England on Saturday and sail from Halifax on December 19th. Merle is living in Saskatoon out at the airport. Take care of yourself and write again soon. I am having the Chancel Guild here December 1st, about time I took a turn. We like the picture of you and the sweet little children in costume. Love, Mother. 1251 Argyle Street, Regina, Saskatchewan, Canada, December 3rd, 1948. My darling Ruthie, I feel that I should have written to you before this, but there is water damage in the letter and cannot be read. Compliments for being a good cook and hostess, which of course were devoured. Monday I scrubbed all the floors with solvent, waxed and polished them. I still feel the effects, so must be getting old. I made a light fruit Christmas cake and served the gals hot minced tarts, which they said were extra good. I tried to get Bud interested in doing the floors, but he seems to have lost interest in doing anything. He has been home almost 3 weeks now and put in an water damage. It went to a returned soldier. I thought he should get something in one of the stores for spending money for Christmas, but just can't get him interested in a thing. He had himself water damage. It hurts me to see him so let down, and there's a good future in the business, but not for Bud, but Mr. P. and Sons. Bud says he is going to join one of the forces, but I tell him that life is a challenge, and that would be a coward's easy way out. I have faith in him and feel he can do so much better than that. I will keep you posted on events, honey. It was so sweet of you, dear, to write us from Norwalk, and sweet of Mildred to take you home with her, and you must have needed the rest badly, to sleep so late both days. Am so water damage. A chance to sleep. How did you? Water damage. Thank you, dear, for the invitation to open house at 2495 Overlook Road. I will be there in spirit and would love to have a peek at Ruthie as hostess. I am sure you will be very successful and make a charming hostess. That was a big job addressing 200 invitations. Did you do it? Water damage. And am wondering how he is. Water damage. I am sure now all you kids, water damage. Look after him. That is what Uncle Alf has or had, a bullet in his arm that moves. We have had some lovely warm weather here and snow melting slightly, but it started to snow about 5 o'clock tonight and looks so nice, the snow falling. There are quite a few inches all over the city now. A beautiful white dress for Christmas. I am awfully sorry, my sweet, that you got those depressed feelings and lost interest in life. I have on occasion, and the feeling is simply terrible. You just know there is lots to do and water damage. Mrs. Jelly and husband leave tomorrow for England. Pop has a meeting, so I may go down and see them away with some of the other bridge players. She is not very keen about leaving water damage. The Christmas advertising, you know. A big plop after Christmas, I am sure, and soon be over now. The Hamlet program sounds and looks as though it was very good. Arthur Rank has surely put out some wonderful pictures. I hope it comes to Regina. Very good picture of Laurence Olivier. Take care of yourself, Ruth, dearie, and we will look for a letter from you soon. I have written many letters to you in my mind while baking and cleaning, but they never water damage. Love, Mother. 1251 Argyle Street, Regina, Saskatchewan, Canada, December 1948. My dear Ruth, 'Twas lovely to get your nice little letter and know that you are busy and happy. It is nice that Bill got over his sulks and took you to the symphony. He must be very fond of you to feel so upset if he thought you were moving. Still no word from Bud. Water damage. Wish so much that he would train for something before he gets serious about a girl. I have not met Bet yet. Her home is in Saskatoon. Think I will invite them down for Christmas. Water damage. This morning, and they are at P.O. Box 4393, Memphis, Tennessee. Surprise, surprise. Nice to know where little brother is. Also got a nice card from Mabel and Art Pierce of Tacoma, Washington. Had a nice visit from Marion yesterday and an invitation to her wedding. She is bringing her wedding dress for me to see. 'Twould be nice for you to be here then. I am sure it is nice and she will look lovely. I must get her a present. I am enclosing the write-up of Velva Fishblaze wedding. Really quite an affair. Take care of yourself, dear, and we'll look for a letter from you. I do so wish Bud would write to me. I will write to him again. It is cold in Regina and we have feet of snow. I dig it out every morning. The sun is shining brightly, really dazzling. Love, Mother S. 1251 Argyle Street, Regina, Saskatchewan, Canada, January 11th, 1949. My darling Ruthie, we were so glad to... Water damage. It really made Christmas for all of us. It must have been nice to have the kids there welcome you back so wholeheartedly. How about Bill? Is he yet sulking, and why? Poor fellow must have a warped mind. We looked all week for a letter, and you were gone almost a week before we heard, and now it is Tuesday before I write, but been quite busy as usual. We had over 2 tables of bridge at Mrs. Enye's, and I was high man, and Mrs. Plaster there, so felt quite jolly about beating her. They come here next time. Mrs. Coville is leaving for England, and we presented her with a fancy hanky. I did the presenting. Now we have to get another sub. I have received 2 letters from Mrs. Jelly, who is in England now. She is having a grand time. You will be glad to hear that Bud started working for that accounting firm on January 5th, and so far seems to like it very much. I hope he makes good. Pray for him. It is a 5-year course, and he will be on trial for the next 3 months. Boy, has it ever been cold here, 32 degrees below zero when Bud left for the office yesterday at 8:30. This morning, Bud had to walk downtown because the streetcars were not running. I am so glad for your sake that Ohio is not as cold as Saskatchewan. How does the fur coat look now? Now you are down there. Drop me a line, honey, if only you have time to write a few lines. I will be anxious to know how you are. Sorry I have not written before this. I've been quite concerned about Bud, but he seems so happy now, and I hope he keeps it up. I love you so much, and do take care of yourself. Love, Mother. To be continued. Well, that concludes today's presentation. Good luck to you with your efforts in family history, if this interests you. Finding, preserving, and sharing old letters, diaries, and photographs, and interviewing elderly relatives while they're alive. You might consider checking out our website, Adventures in History with Peter J. Ray at peterjray.com. Thank you so much for watching. I really appreciate it. God bless you. Take care, and I'll see you next time.